You should be able to multiply and grow in every area. If today you have this, tomorrow you should have that. You should be able to aspire and know that God has created you as an example unto yourself, to look at yourself and get to know that every now and then we need to grow and multiply and increase. If today you have this property.
Now, one problem we are having is corruption now. Corruption is becoming a big problem, and we are going to have to crush it, because it is going to derail us. And the corruption is by parasites. People don't want to work. They want to have easier life. But I would like you, the church people and the mosque people, to help us. It's not the main source, but it is also a small contributory problem. The fundraising, this fundraising culture is very dangerous, especially for you, the church people, especially for these young politicians. Where are these politicians? Can you stand up? Those who are here, stand up and they see you. The MPs, the ministers, stand up. Sit down. Now, these young people are intimidated by you, the religious leaders. They think they will go to heaven if they please you. So, you organize a fundraising. Then, the community has not been mobilized to create wealth. They don't have money. So they just come, somebody brings 2 eggs, that it is fundraising, another one brought sugar cane. Then the only one who has got some money is the MP. The MP doesn't have that money. So it puts these young people into pressure to go into debts, into borrow, to corruption. This should stop. They have corrupt now. You have heard them. Because they are under pressure. They are under pressure. I am a parent. I am now going to be 80 years old. Our oldest child is almost 50 now. Those children have never brought me anything with Mama here. Except recently, on our 50 years of marriage, they gave us some cows. But if you the religious leaders, Mulibazade, your parents, when your child brings you a gift, you must ask him, where do you get it from? Where do you get the money to buy it? But if you just keep quiet, he brings money, you don't ask, you may put that child in trouble. These children, when they go for fundraising, where do they get the money from? You ask them. So therefore, fundraising is wrong, is premature. Fundraising means okusonda to contribute. Okusonda does not mean that Museveni alone contributes because he's the MP, he's the what. No. Okusonda means all of us bring small, and then the cumulative is big. That's the Okusonda. So if the villagers have not yet been involved in money creation, and they don't have money, please stop this Okusonda, because it's not Okusonda. It is extorting money from these young politicians who are dishonest. They don't want to tell you that they don't have the money that they are getting. That's now not the only source of corruption, but it is really part of the problem. Now they can no longer, because they are supposed to do the oversight role in the parliament, they can't do it now, because they are looking for money to go and bribe people in the constituency by fundraising and all that, and giving bursaries. You are not a government. How can you give a bursary? The modern churches and mosques, please integrate part of our heritage. Part of our heritage. See how you bring it in. Because sometimes, for instance, my mother was in Mlokore, and she used to have some frictions with my father, partly because of the religious leaders of our time were not guiding the families well. Because our home was 2 miles from the church. So walking 2 miles, going 2 miles, that's 4 miles. Now my mother would go the Barokore. There is Orukungana fellowship on Wednesday. There is another one Friday. Then Sunday there is church service main, and then after the Rukungana again. Then Mr. Kabuta said, but what happened to the cows? Who is looking after the cows, the Nyana? They used to have issues. But the church was not analyzing that well. You saw, they would think that Kabuta is against his wife going to church. No, but the problem was, if you go so many times in a week, what happens to the cows? It was later that I was able to. So the churches and the mosque should really analyze the issues of wealth creation.
Let's put our hands together to appreciate the message of His Excellency the President. We have now come to the end, and we have 2 items before the national anthems. We shall, after the national anthems, Your Excellency, we're asking for 3 photo opportunities. One with the front row from the Vice President to the end, the presidents of the Inter-Religious Council and the religious councils who participated in this event, and the heads of the diplomatic missions.